This book surprised me. Like I said, it's definitely a murder mystery type book, but it's more than that. It is so much more than that. The book is called The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Published in... ito na naman ako. 2020, mali. Published in 2020. The first thing that attracted me to this book was the book cover. My book picking decision can be shallow like that. But I love it. I don't mind. I like the cover, but apart from that, I looked it up in Goodreads and it has a lot of good reviews. And it came at that time when I was craving for something like a murder mystery type. Alam mo yun, yung medyo mababaw lang na just light murder mystery novel. So I got it. So while I'm in the bookstore, what I do when I shop is, you go into the bookstore, you shop around, and then, okay, that's like the fun cover. And then you look it up in your app, in your Goodreads, and then, okay, sige, then maybe that's it. I do that a lot. This book surprised me. Like I said, it's definitely a murder mystery type book, but it's more than that. It is so much more than that. It is more of a ghost story. So that's what I really loved about it. It was the biggest bonus that I did not expect, and I loved it. I love a horror movie that I do not expect. A horror story from a book that I do not expect. Oo nga eh, tama. It's that good that I actually thought it's a movie. Kasi sometimes when I'm reading it, I actually think that this would make for a good TV series, not a movie. A movie would be too short for it. It has to be a TV series. Yeah, but it's good. Yeah, it's a good ghost story. It's a good murder/missing person story. It has two timelines, 1982 and 2017. So it gives you that back and forth feel, and then it gives you that whodunit mood na para kang detective trying to find out where did she go, where did she disappear to, why did it happen, and then it will bring you to the present time and then back. So it's fun. And I like how it's written. There are ghost story books that are very mellow, like alam mo medyo creepy lang ng konti, but it's okay. You could live with it. But this one has moments wherein I couldn't read alone in the room and I didn't want to read it at night. So there were those moments and that was good. That was good. And again, this is not a spoiler, okay? The 1982 timeline is about Viv. Her name is Viv. It's about Viv who moved to New York and then to the outskirts of New York and ended up working in the Sundown Motel. And then a lot of, can I say bad words here? A lot of stuff happened in the Sundown Motel during her time in 1982 when there was no cell phones or anything, diba? And then fast forward to 2017, it is now the story of Carly, who is Viv's nephew. Yon. So, magkamag-anak sila. Viv is Carly's aunt. And she is on the hunt to find the real reason and to solve the mystery of the disappearance of her aunt Viv in 1982. And I thought the author intentionally wrote it in that format because Viv, the 1982 girl, Viv was the one who disappeared. We are trying to solve the mystery of Viv's disappearance in 1982. Therefore, it cannot be a first-person perspective because Viv will be telling her story. So Viv is not telling her story, right? But then in the Carly timeline, we are now Carly, essentially. The reader is Carly. We are also curious like Carly, right? So it makes sense that you hear and you read more about what is going on in Carly's head because, you are her, parang ganon, if that makes sense. I think it can be a computer game. Parang it reminds me of Silent Hill / Resident Evil, hindi siguro Resident Evil, pero more of a Silent Hill type na you go around. And that's another thing, the town, and that's another thing, the town itself, where the Sundown Motel is a weird town. it has its own character na parang may reputation. The town has a reputation that people disappear, crimes happen. So yeah, absolutely, I could imagine it as a computer game. Because, that's usually ganun ang mga premise ng mga computer games, diba? So, it could be a fun computer game. And then, and if it's a computer game, you could even maybe switch na pwede kang maging 1982 Viv or 2017 Carly. I'm just imagining. People who like ghost stories, murder mysteries with a hint of ghost story angle, this is it. Because that is it exactly. In ending, I really enjoyed it. It was if you want to have a break from serious topics, from serious books with heavy reads, and you just want to immerse yourself into the usual, murder / mystery / ghost story, I think this is it. What I really like about it is that the ghost story element, the ghost story factor was written really, really well, and it didn't feel corny. Kasi may mga tendency, some books have that tendency when it comes to ghost stories. It becomes too fantastical, it becomes too mystical, it becomes corny. But this one, no. So, I really enjoyed it. Thank you!